Hi friends, I've got a video for you that you've been requesting. It's the 12 poses for osteoporosis, the series 2 poses. So I've done a video on the series 1. I've done several. I've done a chair version. I've done a 30-second hold, a 60-second hold. So people have been asking for this series 2 version. So they're different poses from the first series. The only one that's the same is the last one, which is Savasana. These poses are a little bit more challenging in my opinion. So I'm going to show you my version, how I do them, how I would teach them to someone. You're going to want some props. A chair, like a folding chair is fine, a dining room table chair, a blanket, a yoga block, possibly a yoga strap. So those are props we can use to make these poses a little bit more accessible. They're a little advanced poses sometimes. So feel free to pause the video and try it. Try it there, try different versions, and then when you're ready to go, start the video again, go to the next one. And then practice, you'll get better at these poses as you do it. I would say warm up for these poses, do maybe some downward dog, some cat-cow. So warm up for these poses because I feel that they're a little bit more challenging. I know I keep saying that, but I'm going to show you how to make them accessible. I'm going to show you how to do them safe. We are going to be doing, two of the poses are twists, so don't be afraid of doing twists. We twist all day during regular activities. You might be standing at the sink and you reach for a plate, or you're reaching for your laundry, or you're making the bed. So we do twists during our day. And when we practice yoga twists, we're doing it safe and we're training the body. We're working those muscles and joints. Now, that being said, if you have osteoporosis, you don't want to overdo the twists, right? So don't force the twists, just do them nice and gently. And I'm going to give you those cues along the way. These poses in this video, the series 2, also work your wrists. So series 1, Dr. Fishman said those poses didn't really work the wrists or the arms or the upper body quite as much. So the poses in this will work that. I'm not timing these poses. In some of the other series 1 versions, I time them. So maybe if people like this series 2, I will make a version where I time them and hold the poses for 30 seconds or something like that. So you can let me know in the comments. And so go ahead, grab your blanket, your chair, maybe a yoga block, maybe a strap, and then meet me back here. So we're going to start standing in Tadasana pose. That's the first pose in this series 1. I like to have my feet hip width apart. And by hip width apart, I mean where my hip bones are right here in the front, going straight down from there, not on the outside of my hips. So not that wide, but some people like to have their feet together with the big toes touching. So that takes a little bit more of a balance. I personally like my feet hip width apart. So you choose how you want your foot placement. Tadasana pose translates to mountain pose, and it's the basis of all standing poses. So we want to feel grounded in this pose, and we'll take that feeling. You take that when you do other standing poses. So let's get our feet placement down, pick up the toes, kind of spread the toes, set the toes back down, and feel balanced on the front of the foot, the back of the foot, the right foot, and the left foot. Engage your leg muscles, engage your glutes a little bit, pull the belly in and zip it up, arms down by your side, relax the shoulders down. So keep that belly zipping up, keep the legs strong, keep pressing and feeling the feet growing downward into the floor. Neck is long, the shoulders slightly back. So just slightly engage the shoulder blades back in the back. Neck is long, lift up through the crown of the head. So think of a mountain. It's grounded down into the earth, but rising up towards the sky. That's the feel or the energy of this pose. And you just breathe. Seems like simple, but it's a great pose, mountain pose. Good. And then just shake that out. Our next pose is chair pose. So I like to do chair pose with the feet hip width apart. You choose how you do it. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. In this pose, we're going to bend the knees and kind of squat back. You want to keep the weight in the heel of the foot. Your toes should be light. So ground down through the legs, just like you did with Tadasana, with mountain pose. Let's inhale and lift the arms up overhead and relax the shoulders down, palms face each other. And then we're going to start to bend the knees. Keep the arms right by your ears. Bend the knees as if you're going to sit back onto a chair or a stool. Weights in the heels, toes light. You should be able to wiggle the toes. Now, the problem I see with some people doing this is they squat down too far and then the hands come forward, the spine rounds, you've got a lot of pressure on the upper back. So standing tall, bending the knees, keeping those arms right by the ears, weight in the heels, keep that belly zipping up and breathing. And we're going to come up out of it, lifting up and then lowering the arms down. Good. Shake it out. Our next one, pose number 3, is Warrior 2. So we're going to step towards the short edge of our mat. We're going to take a nice giant step back with our left foot. So our left toes are going to angle out to the left. I want you to have a little space between your heels. So some teachers teach it to line up the heels. I like a little bit of space, a narrow railroad track between the heels. That's going to help you to turn and rotate the hips. So turn to let your hips face that short edge of the mat. Bend your front knee over that front heel. Pull the right hip back a little bit and square the left hip forward. This back leg long and strong. So don't let there be a bend in that back leg. Push that back knee crease back behind you. Arms down by your side. You're going to pull the belly in, zip it up. And then we're going to inhale, bring the arms up overhead, palms face each other. Exhale, relax your shoulders. So press that back heel into the floor. Press the front foot into the floor. Your legs are very strong. Keep pulling right hip back a little bit and pushing left hip forward as you breathe. Let's come out of it. We're going to lower the arms down. Inhale, and with your exhale, push off and step forward. Good. Shake it out. We're going to do the other side. So a giant step back with our right foot. Your right toes angle out to the right. We've got a little space between the heels, a little narrow railroad track. Bending that front knee. And you don't want the front knee to go past the heel. That's hard on the knee. So if that happens, you just walk your front toes a little further forward. Try to pull this left hip back a little bit. Square the right hip forward. Press that right heel into the floor. This back right leg long and strong. Zip your belly up, arms at your side. You're already building strength in your legs. Inhale, and we're going to bring the arms up, palms face each other. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Keep the belly zipped up. Legs strong. Press both feet firmly, evenly, equally into the floor as you breathe. Beautiful. And we're going to come down, lower the arms. Inhale. With your exhale, push off and step forward. So in both those chair pose and Warrior 2, if you have tight shoulders, you could always do chair pose with your hands on your hips or your hands in prayer pose. You could always do Warrior 2 with your hands on your hips or in prayer pose, okay? So variation if you have tight shoulders or they hurt you. All right, the next one is Half Moon. It's a challenging pose. We're going to use a chair for this one. So take a chair, folding chair, put it at the end of your mat, and I'm going to have my hand on the seat of the chair. Now we're going to step a little bit away from it because we're going to be leaning on to the chair and putting our hand on the chair. I like to go into it from Warrior 2. Could also go into it from Triangle. So let's stand on our mat, long ways on our mat. Turn your right toes towards the chair. That back heel shifts back like you're going to prepare for Warrior 2. Bend the right knee. Inhale the arms to shoulder level. So this is Warrior 2. Now we're going to start to lean forward. Look at the chair. Lean forward. Hop that back foot in a little bit. Bring your right hand to the chair and lift that back leg up and open the left hip. Spread the left toes. Try to stack the hips, left hip over the right, and then bring the left arm up. Spread the fingers. The standing leg slightly bent. Keep trying to stack the hips. Keep that belly zipped up. Good. We're going to come out of it. Bend your right knee and slowly lower that left foot back down. Come back up into your warrior two and drop the arms. Straighten that right knee. Let's do the other side. So I'm going to turn my back to you so you can kind of see it from that angle. So wide leg stance, left toes turn towards the mat, right heel shifts back. We're going to bend the left knee so we're facing this long edge of the mat. That'll be the same way we're facing in half moon. Let's bring the arms up to shoulder level. This is just warrior two here. Good. Now we're going to turn, look towards the chair, reach for the chair, hop that back foot in a little bit, palm on the chair, lift that back leg up, spread the toes, rotate that right hip upwards. So you're trying to stack the hips. Zip the belly. The right arm is lifting up. Balance and breathe. Standing leg, slightly bent. Just rotating the chest, the hips, the shoulders to the right. Let's come out of it. Bend your left knee and slowly lower that right foot down. Come back up into that warrior two. Let's drop the arms, straighten the leg, and then shake it out. So that's intense. I'm going to show you the version with the block, and I'm going to try not to fall. And then the full expression of the pose, your hand is on the floor, but you're really way tipped over, really leaning. So don't be afraid to use a chair. You can also do this against a wall with your back to a wall. So you have the wall to kind of keep your balance. That's a great way to do it if you've got some wall space. So for the block version, you're going to have that block down there. I have it in the highest height. All right, same thing. I'm setting up for that warrior two, bending that knee. Good. When I practiced this earlier, I lost my balance. So let's see how I do today or right now. So we're going to look towards that block, reaching for the block, hop that back foot in. I like to start with the hand on the hip. Try to level the hips, spread the top toes. You could keep your hand, I'm losing my balance. I'm going to set up again. You could keep your hand on your hip, or you could lift that left arm up. Keep trying to stack the hips, stack the shoulders. And let's come out of it, bend the knee, bring that foot back down. Woo! Drop the arms. Let's try the other side. I want to be balanced. I want to be even. I don't want to work one side more than the other. So left toes towards the block. I'm bending that left knee. I'm going to reach for the block as I hop that back foot in. Lifting that top leg, spread the toes. Try to level the hips. Stack the hips, stack the shoulders. Breathe, pull that belly in. Good. Standing leg a little bent. Oop, come out of it. Drop that back foot down. See, it's a challenge. All right, let's set that block aside. Let's take a few side swings just to even everything out. So separate your feet a little wider than the hips and just kind of swing the arms side to side. Let the arms feel heavy. Let the arms feel relaxed. Just kind of shaking out that upper body. And let that opposite heel lift. So we're kind of turning. Right, we're turning the hips, lifting that heel, getting a little bit of mobility, flexibility in the feet. Good. Slow that down. We're going to come down to the floor. We're going to do camel. So with osteoporosis, anytime you come up and down off the floor, you want to come up with a nice long spine. So you could use a chair, have a chair next to you to come down, or you can just bridge using your front leg. So I'm going to have bridge on my front leg. I'm going to step my left knee back, left foot back, and lower that left knee. So I come up and down with a nice long spine, no rounding. Bring that front knee back. Here's where you can use a blanket for your knees. This is a kneeling pose. So I'm going to put a blanket under my knees. Just to show you, to start with, in this direction, your hips are going to be right over your knees. So you want to stack that. We bone stack, right? So hips over the knees. I like my toes curled under to give me a little bit more toe, ankle, foot flexibility. But if that bothers your feet or toes, you could have the tops of the feet on the mat. We're going to bring our hands around to our low back, fingertips pointing down as if you were sliding your fingers into pockets back there. And then we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, bring the elbows towards each other. Now the hands on the low back, let's lengthen the low back. So Just gently guide the hips down. You're kind of tucking the tail. Start to push your hips forward a little bit, but lengthen that low back. No, we don't want to really crunch that lumbar spine. You can look straight ahead or you can look up a little. See what feels good for your neck. But the hands are guiding the back down, lengthening that lumbar spine. Hips are pressing forward a little bit. Shoulder blades squeezing together. Feel your chest expand. Elbows moving towards each other. And you're breathing. Good. Let's come out of it. We're going to come up, bring the hands down. We'll sit back onto our heels, swing the feet off to the side, and you can set that blanket off to the side too. Now the next one is side planks. Planks are great for you. Side planks are great for you. I'm going to show you a couple variations because they can be a little advanced. So if you don't like being on your wrist, you might have wrist issues, you can do it on your elbow. So let me just show you that. On your elbow, you're going to stack that elbow over, stack the shoulder over the elbow. Your bottom knee is bent, top leg is stretched out, and we're going to lift up. So I'm trying to lift this right rib cage up away from the floor. I'm facing the side, and then I can reach that left arm up, or the top arm up. Good. So that's just a variation. Practice that. You'll get better at the other ones. Coming back down. Now, another way to go into side plank is on your knee. So I'm going to show you that one. You come into table pose, hands and knees. I got my toes curled under. I'm going to bring that right foot off the mat to the right. I'm going to turn this way and stretch that top leg back behind that bottom knee. Turn the whole chest, torso to that side and lift that top arm. I'm still trying to lift this right rib cage up away from the mat and breathing. So variation. Now, you could even do half moon on your knee. You could do this. So that makes it a little more accessible too. And then to come down, you bring that hand down, the knee down, bring that foot in. So those are variations for our side plank. I'm going to show you now side plank from full plank. I like to stagger my feet, but you could stack the feet on top of each other if you like to do that. So from plank, fingers spread nice and wide. We're going to have our shoulders right over the wrist. And then you step one foot back, the other foot back. You're in plank. And then I'm going to turn and drop the outside edge of my right foot and the inside edge of my left foot to the mat. I'm going to turn to the left, stacking my hips, lifting that top arm and pulling that right rib cage up away from the floor. Zip that belly up and breathe. And you want this shoulder right over that wrist, bone stack. Good, let's come out of it. We're going to bring the left hand down, bring those feet back to plank, and we'll do the other side. So shoulders right over the wrist, drop to the outside edge of your left foot, inside edge of the right foot, turn to the right, lift that right arm up, lift that left rib cage up, breathe. Good, strong. And we'll come out of it. We're going to bring that right hand down, back into plank, drop down to the knees, and just shift back into child's pose. Just a couple breaths. Good. Excellent. Nice invigorating pose. Next one, pose number 7 is staff pose. So swing those feet around in front of you. We're going to sit with the legs stretched out in front of us. Now, a common problem in staff pose is hips get tight, hamstrings are short, and what will happen is we'll start to round. That's not good for our back, not good for the spine. So you can sit on the edge, the very edge of the blanket, not in the middle, but on the very edge. So bringing a folded blanket back behind you and just sit on that very edge. Stretch the legs out, and what that does, kind of lean forward, it helps to rotate the hips forward. So legs together, feet together, and the hands can be down beside you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. So we're trying to stack head over tailbone. You could have a little bend of your knees, perfectly fine. That will take pressure off the low back. So see what feels best for you. It looks like you're not doing anything in this pose, but Boy, the legs are really working. Now you can use a strap here. I said maybe get a strap. So you could wrap that strap around the bottoms of the feet, kind of bend the elbows and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Kind of helps you to lengthen the spine and activate that upper back. And just breathe. This is staff pose. Good. We'll come out of that. If you're using the strap, go ahead and set that aside. We'll come off the blanket. This next one is called upward facing west stretch. So it's an advanced pose. It's normally, you would come into this pose from plow, where you are on your back and well, let me just show you. I'm not that good at it. So let me just show you. You would come into plow pose, lifting up. And this is why it's advanced. And you'd bring those feet back behind you. And then you'd grab the feet. And then you're supposed to roll up. Momentum. Oh, and roll up. See, I can't roll up. So really what this pose is called upward facing west stretch. It's really a forward fold, but we're trying to keep the neck long, the back long. It's really a forward fold, but we're balancing on our sitting bones. All right, so it's a challenge. So we're going to do it in a different way, a more accessible way. So sit with your knees bent and kind of rock side to side. Feel those sitting bones. And we have hands on the legs. We're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together. We don't want to round. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, and you can lift the feet. Good. Breathing. So proud chest. The knees are bent. Perfectly fine. Just do the best you can. Lower the feet. Now I'm going to show you a version that Dr. Fishman suggests on your back. And this is a nice one too. Coming down, using that strap. Come down onto your back. You want your waistline pressing into the floor. Bring that strap around the feet, lifting the feet up, and then bringing the feet towards you. All right, so our back here is very protected. It's nice and long and neutral, and we're just bringing these legs towards us. We're getting a great stretch on the backs of the legs, so that's one version that you can do. I think it's a great version. Good, and then you can come out of it, bring the feet down. And otherwise, you just do the best you can sitting with this. So you can grab those feet and then stretch the legs out, just doing the best you can. Your toes are pointed, trying to squeeze the shoulder blades together, right? But here is fine too, or on your back with a strap. So that is upward facing west stretch. The next one is arm threading. So these poses work our wrists, our forearms, our upper body a little bit more. So sit comfortably. You could sit in a chair. You could even do this one standing. We're going to bring the hands forward and we're going to bring the palms together. So my wrists are crossed. And then interlace your fingers. And I have my left arm on top of my right because we're going to switch. And then widen the elbows and bring the hands underneath, kind of underneath your chin. Try to bring the elbows together, trying to press the forearms together and the wrists and the palms together, and then lower the elbows. So isometrically, we're holding this stretch, pressing forearms, wrists, hands together. Lowering the elbows. You can feel that all across the shoulders and chest. And then we'll come out of it. Let's unwind. Good. Shake that out. And now we'll do the other way. So my right arm is on top. We're going to cross the wrist, bring the palms together, interlace your fingers. So this might be the way it feels a little weird. And then we're going to bring those wrists underneath the chin. Try to bring the elbows towards each other. Try to press the forearms, the wrists, and the hands against each other. And then lower the elbows. And breathe. Feel that. So that little, right, anytime there's that pressure, when the muscles engage, that's telling our bones to build, to get strong. And we're going to release it. We're going to bring that out. And just shake out the wrists. All right, pose number 10 is a bent leg twist. This is where you definitely will want a blanket. So I'm going to show you, we're going to have this blanket on the left side, the legs out in front of us. We're going to bend our knees and bring both feet to the right. So my left foot just kind of tucked under that right thigh, and both feet are over to the right. Now, all the weight's in my left hip. So we want to level the hips, and that's where we're going to bring just the edge of this blanket under that left hip and thigh, and then that kind of shifts my right hip down a little bit. So sitting nice and tall, we're going to inhale, and with your exhale, turn to your left. Your right hand comes to the outer left leg, and the left hand comes behind you. You want to twist gently, and you want to twist from your lowest rib. Sitting tall, try to keep those hips level, and breathe. Head right over tailbone. Just breathe into the low belly. Twists are great for our digestion, elimination, detoxing the body. So just a gentle twist. We're going to come out of it. Inhale and come forward. We're going to stretch the legs out in front of us. Switch that blanket to the other side. And then we're going to bend our knees and bring both feet to the left. So my right foot's kind of tucked under this left leg. All the weight is kind of in my right hip. So I'm going to take that blanket and I'm going to put it right under my right hip and thigh. And then that kind of levels my hips. Sit tall. Inhale. We always twist with an exhale. So inhale first. Exhale, we're going to turn to the right. Left hand comes to the right leg. Right hand comes behind you. Head over the tailbone. Keep that spine long. We're twisting from our lowest rib. It's a gentle twist. Breathe into the belly. So you want to take big, slow belly breaths. That's where all the magic in the twists are, is with the belly breathing. Good. We're going to come out of it. Let's inhale and come forward. Stretch the legs out. You can set that blanket off to the side. Pose number 11, full hip twist. All right, we're going to come down onto our back. Now, on this one, you can keep your knees bent. If it feels okay, you can stretch your legs out. So totally up to you. So come down onto your back, but use your core. Keep your spine long. Have the hands on the legs. Kind of scoop out that belly and use your core and come down nice and slow. We're going to have the knees bent, arms at our side, kind of in a T position. You can have your palms down. Pick up your hips and shift them over to the left a little bit. And then we're going to bring the knees in. So stack the knees over the hips. Inhale, and with your exhale, we're going to take those knees over to the right. So you want this left shoulder to be on the mat. If your left shoulder lifts like that, that's incorrect. So you want to bring that left shoulder down. You might need a block or a blanket underneath the outer right leg. So you make some modifications. We're going to breathe here, gentle twist. So you can keep your head looking straight up. You can look over either shoulder. I generally keep my head straight up. The traditional way is to look to the opposite way that your knees are going. So you see what feels good for your neck and your shoulders. Now you can stay here with the knees bent, just like this. Perfect, great. If you want a little bit more or a little different, you can stretch the legs out. So my legs are going to go under this love seat here. If you stretch the legs out, flex the feet, spread the toes, but keep that left shoulder on the mat. Your chest should be facing up towards the ceiling. Breathe into the belly. To come out of it, bend the knees. Use your core. Bring your knees up. Bring your feet to the floor. And then center hips and shoulders. Get even on the mat. Other side. Pick up the hips. Shift them to the right. Just a little bit. Pick up the knees. Knees over the hips. And then we're going to lower the knees over to the left side. We want that right shoulder on the mat. So you might want to place a block or blanket underneath this left side to keep that right shoulder down. And then see if you want to look straight up or over either shoulder. You could have your palms up or down, whatever feels good for you. You can keep the knees bent, or you could stretch the legs out. If you stretch the legs out, flex the feet, spread the toes, but keep that right shoulder down on the mat. The whole chest is facing the ceiling. Big, slow belly breaths. Good. And we're going to come out of it. Let's bend our knees. Bring the knees up. Bring the feet to the floor. And then center hips and shoulders. Good. That was pose 11. So let's hug the knees into the chest and just roll side to side. Roll out the back, the upper back, the shoulders, the mid back, ribs, the low back, and the hips. And pose number 12 is Savasana. It's relaxation pose. Use your core, bring your feet down to the mat. And then see if you want legs stretched out. See if you want knees bent. See if you want any yoga props, blanket roll, bolster, blocks under the back of the legs. Get your lower body and upper body nice and comfortable. Little tuck of the chin so we keep the back of the neck long. Relax the whole body. Inhale, feel your belly rise. Exhale, feel your belly fall. So letting all of the poses we did today in this series 2 of the 12 poses, let them all just settle in to the body, into your muscle memory, right? So the next time you practice them, they're a little bit more familiar. That muscle memory kicks in. And each time you get a little bit better at the poses. Inhale, feel your belly rise. Exhale, feel your belly fall. And just doing your best in the poses, right? You saw me wobble in some of the poses. You saw me not be able to roll up from my back up to that upward facing west pose, right? But what I love about yoga is it's modifiable. We can adjust. There's all kinds of variations and versions of poses so that we can do them, we can try them, we can get better. And anytime you're working the body, that's beautiful. Like the body is made to move. It wants to move. A few more breaths in this final relaxation. And you're welcome to stay longer if you want a longer relaxation. Let's come out of it. We'll take a nice inhale and a nice exhale. Let's wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Let's bend the knees, feet to the mat, roll to your side, either side, doesn't matter. And then use your arms to come up with a nice long spine, making your way all the way up. Let's come up to sitting. I like to sit on a yoga block. So you can sit on a block, you can straddle a couple of blocks, you could sit on a chair. If you're sitting on the floor, try to have the hips higher than the knees. That's important for our spine. If we sit and we can't get those knees down and our knees are higher than our hips, it causes the back to round, and that puts pressure on the spine. So don't be afraid to use some blocks or blankets, pillows to sit up nice and tall, or just sit in a chair. So try to stack your shoulders over your hips, your head over your tailbone. Feel the breath into your low belly. It's a pleasure to practice with you and show you these series 2 poses. Let's end with a sun breath. We'll bring the fingertips down beside us. We're going to inhale, hands come up overhead, and exhale, thumbs down to the heart. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed this class. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you have any questions or want to know anything about these series 2 poses. Share it with someone you think might like it. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button and you'll get notified each time I put out a new video. And when you like it and share it and comment, it tells YouTube to recommend my video to other people. So I appreciate all your likes and all the people that have subscribed. And I just love sharing yoga with you. So until we meet again, bye-bye.